Hey YouTube, this is a video response to Bill 122460's video, Would It Be Funny to Hurt Women? So I think that Bill raises a couple very important issues here. Oh, sorry about the multicolored hands, tie-dyeing with this swing club. Anyway, he raises a couple really important issues, but mostly the fact that a lot of women, well, not a lot of women, some women seem to think that it's okay to hit men and to hurt them and kick them in the testicles and things of that nature. I think that that's a small minority of women. I think that we have to look beyond it's funny to hit men to the violent culture that we live in. I mean, think back to the Three Stooges. How often did those three men get the crap beat out of them by each other? Our society has usually found it incredibly unacceptable for any violence to be done to women. So we used to find violence, well, we still find violence incredibly entertaining. Look at all the violent movies. I mean, Saw? Seriously? There's no story behind any of those movies except, oh my god, cut off your leg or don't get out. Or something of that nature. It's not, but so many of our movies have so much senseless violence, and it has become a source of vast entertainment for us. And I think that we have developed a culture around that finds injuring people funny. It has usually been, in the past, generally unaccepted for violence to be done to women, but it's always been acceptable and funny for it to be done to men. And so we're kind of seeing, as we get women who are more comfortable being aggressive, they shouldn't be comfortable being aggressive, but as we get women who are getting more comfortable being aggressive and being the dominant gender in their relationship or just in general, we see that violent culture creeping through. So it's funny when people get hurt, but it's only funny when it's a man getting hurt. And so that turns into it's funny for women to hurt men, because women are generally the smaller, submissive sex, whereas men are generally the ones doing the violence to often other men. And I think that's kind of why some women don't, and I found it's mostly like teenage girls and elementary school girls who really enjoy hurting their male classmates. But yeah, it's just, we have a violent culture, and I think that we need to address the overall violence in addition to the gendered violence, because I don't think there's enough awareness about how little girls beat up on little boys. But yeah, that's one thing I wanted to address. And also, I've noticed in a lot of the comments that a lot of male commenters are angry about women being taught self-defense at all, because apparently we use it to hurt innocent men who are weaker than us. But if you think about it, men in general are stronger. Like, I'm a gigantic 5'2" tall and weigh a total of under 110 pounds. I can't hurt anyone. I mean, seriously, look at my arms. Does it look like there's an ounce of muscle there? I cannot defend myself against a man. It's nearly impossible for me to do so because they're so much larger than I am. Pretty much the only option I have is kick them in the balls and run like hell, or hit them in the nose. Girls are taught, if in a justified situation, it's okay to kick a guy in the testicles. But I think that justified situation needs to be defined clearer by the teachers. A justified situation is not, oh, he pulled my hair. It's not, well, he was looking at me really mean, or he was saying stupid things, or he called me a slut. Things like that, that's not justifiable. Justifiable is in physical danger, and not he shoved me on the playground physical danger. Like, he's about to rape or really beat the crap out of me physical danger. Like, that's a very justified situation for kicking a man in the testicles. So it's not nice, and yeah, it'll injure the guy for life, and he may never be able to have children, and it will be excruciatingly painful. I've seen guys when I was in high school in gym class, get hit in the testicles with a soccer ball, and they started throwing up. It was terrible. It was icky. We all threw up. So now we see it. It happens. It's nasty. And it's really awful. But I figure if someone's trying to rape you, or trying to kill you, or do a great deal of physical harm to you, then where it's like your life and not crippled status or their ability to bear children, you know, one hard kick to the nuts probably isn't gonna do it. It'll probably take several hard kicks to the nuts to prevent them from ever breeding. So, you know, if you gotta do one, then you gotta do it. I mean, most of us are really small, and most of us don't know anything about self-defense. And we should take self-defense classes and get better at ways, and learn ways other than simply an attack to the groin. But yeah, I also think that another good point that you raised is the equality issue. And on this, I would like to thank you so much, because I kind of feel like you really are looking at this from a feminist standpoint, and I feel like you're a fantastic feminist, male feminist, for bringing this up, because equality is what feminism is all about. So please, don't blame the feminazis or the feminist teachers, because every woman should be a feminist, because we should all want to be equal to men. If my daughter ever came home from school and said, "Mommy, I'm not a feminist," I'd be like, seriously? You really need to want equality. Just like all of us should be civil rights people, not necessarily activists, but we should really care about civil rights. But that goes into other things that aren't this. Yeah, I feel like we need more strong men like you, and strong, outspoken men like you to be on our side, because you say exactly what we need, what a lot of women need to hear, that it's not about being better, it's about being equal. And more for girls doesn't mean less for boys, and I am all about equality. Like, I feel like if a boy punches a girl should be allowed to punch a boy back. Like, if Tommy hits Sally, Sally should be allowed to hit Tommy back. Not that violence is good, but also, if Sally hits Tommy first, Tommy has every right to hit Sally back, because Sally's being a bitch and needs to not hit people. So we should discourage violence, but in things like that, it should be equal. And yeah, I don't know, I think I really appreciate the message that you're getting across. And at first I was really put off by the severity with which you did so. But then, you know what, that severity needs to be, like, it needs to be heard. Not all the time, like, being that severe all the time, I don't know, it would not go over well, and it would end up turning people off from the idea of equality. But I think that that's a very important point that you bring up, and women need to be, and especially young girls when they're being taught, because when we're little, the general consensus among girls is girls rule and boys suck, and boys are stupid because they're boys. But the same thing is true of boys. They also feel that way, that boys are really cool and girls are really sucky because they like pink and they wear dresses, and they're stupid because they're girls. The only difference is that the boys get punished for that and the girls don't. Like, if a boy says girls suck in class, the teacher will get angry with the boy and punish him. If a girl says boys suck, the teacher will just kind of laugh. And that's not acceptable. They both need to be punished equally. If a boy gets detention for it, a girl should get detention for the same exact thing. So I don't know, I guess at this point I'm rambling, but I don't know, I felt like I needed to comment on that before I run off and do other things. Maybe I'll form a more coherent response later. But yeah, so, yep, that's all I got.